it's time for FOMO. So we are looking at Apple with its new M3 chips, and this is after 2 years that it unveiled the new iteration of its of course made in-house chips, the M3. Basically, if you're wondering what the 3 stands for, it's 3 nanometers, so it's the same size. It's just a more fast and efficient chip than the 2 nanometer, their M2. That's my very, very elementary understanding of the chip world. But what I do know is they upgraded also the iMac for the first time in 2 years. That's huge. I am not in the market for an iMac or their various MacBooks, but I can respect the fact that they now have this new product line to match their iPhone 15 launch and the new watches, of course.
And I think that sentiment explains the lack of price action today, Jenny, because if you look at it, all the news is good news. It's an advancement of their perceived, premium product that they have in this MacBook category. It's a strong in-house made chip that has a lot of confidence behind it right now. But revenue base of Macs is in this $30 to $40 billion range. Well, Apple's total sales are like $380 billion. And so when you look at that, even if they get a market share gain, even if that makes them sell something like, let's call it 10% more Macs, and they start becoming a more of a winner in that space, it's only going to boost their overall sales by like 1%. And so you start looking at the impact is limited. So I look at this, you go to a restaurant, you're hungry, you're excited, you get an appetizer, it's enough to kind of get you to the meal. The meal is on Thursday afternoon.
You see, that's a really good way to put it, because I get excited about Apple. I love these different product events. This was, to me, almost a non-event, and it takes a lot for me to say that because, first of all, Scary Fast to me is like the wrong title because it implies that it's going to be like a nothing event already. I get the Halloween tie-in, but it was on Monday, so to me, I'm already discounting that title. Then they did preview with the Finder logo, which anyone that has ever been familiar with any of the iMac or various MacBook interfaces, the Finder logo is very identifiable. So to me, that was the dead giveaway that this was going to be something of the Macs. I also follow all these very strange like Apple rumor threads on X, and they were basically all saying, all the employees from Apple were saying they've been sort of dwindling down their supply in anticipation of these new Macs. So I wasn't shocked by this at all.
There's no secrets anymore.
Yeah, there are no secrets anymore.
And Freaky Fast was already taken by Jimmy John, so they had to go with Scary Fast.
That's exactly, to me, it makes me think of food, maybe because of Jimmy John's. Like my subconscious is just not affiliating Apple with super fast, scary fast, what have you. What I do know is these M3 chips do deliver 50% faster CPU performance when comparing to the M1 chip. Also 60% faster in terms of neural performance versus their previous chip. And the GPU is 50% more efficient than their M1. So this is, no doubt about it, a more powerful chip. This is definitely something I think that appeases to a more niche demographic, those that need that higher processing level for then their various applications. But again, to be fully using the capabilities of this upgraded chip, you have to be like either an advanced gamer, advanced coding, or on like serious Photoshop, because this does not impact the average everyday MacBook consumer, to my understanding of the bandwidth of these chips. So, positive news, like you said, the meal we wait for on Thursday. And I think that the meal will be consistent of all things iPhone, less about the Macs, although that I'm sure will be in mention.